Hello.
Hi, Dedoceo.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Dedoceo, how you doing?
I'm doing quite well, and yourself?
I'm well. Greetings and welcome to Sexy Voices of Hollywood with your hosts Robert Taylor and
Yayoi Winfrey.
every other week on this show we'll present another sexy voice of Hollywood.
This week's guest is Dedoceo Habi. Besides having a sexy Hollywood voice, Dedoceo is also an independent filmmaker who founded MindWorks. Since he's also a community health advocate, Dedoceo makes films that are socially relevant. You can find out more about them by checking out his links at www.mindworksnet.org. And if you're on YouTube, you can go to www.youtube.com/Dedoceo, and his name is spelled Dedoceo.
Those links will be posted on our YouTube page, Sexy Voices of Hollywood. Welcome to the show, Dedoceo.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
Not a problem at all.
So, Dedoceo, you have quite a few films under your belt. Where does your passion for community come from?
I think it comes from the fact that I come from the community that most folk would rather not think about.
Mm-hmm.
I come from the inner city, and I also come from the deep woods of Georgia. And
wow.
so I looked at the parallels between the two and found that I have a certain passion for the community and for trying to uplift it with the work that I do.
Mm-hmm. So that started early with you? When you were pretty young, you had an awareness of your surroundings, your environment?
I actually did not. I took a lot for granted as a young person, and it wasn't until much later in life when I really began to question what was important to me that I looked back at my roots, I looked back at where I came from, and I realized that one of the things that always gave me pleasure was giving to others. And so that set me on my journey to doing films that were relevant and to the community and helping to uplift and build better communities.
Wow, that's great.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
You're welcome. How did you get started as a filmmaker?
That's a really good question. In 2002 or so, I got laid off from my last corporate job. It was at that point that I decided I would work for myself from that point forward. And so at the same time, I met a friend of mine who knew a filmmaker in the Bay Area here, and we got together, found some synergy, and formed our first film company. And there I produced the first project that we ever did, which was a music video for E40. And it was just a labor of love, something that I had always wanted to do, even from a young age. I always had these great ideas about funny stories or relevant stories, and so now this was my opportunity to realize those dreams.
That's fantastic. I myself have lived in the Bay Area. I lived in Alameda County, California. Where specifically? I'm sorry?
I'm in Alameda County also.
Oh, you're in Alameda County. Excellent, excellent. And you had the opportunity to work with one of hip-hop rap's most talented MCs, artists from the West Coast, the Bay Area of California, E40 himself, E40 Fonzarelli. How was it working with E40?
Correct. It was quite a great experience. E40 was a professional in every sense of the word, and how he went about handling business and how he presented himself both in front of and behind camera. We actually had an opportunity to meet his wife and some of his close friends and family members, so it was a great experience. We had a lot of fun. There's actually a snippet of the video that I produced on the YouTube site that Yayoi mentioned earlier.
Cool.
So, did you meet in Vallejo, or was it somewhere outside Vallejo?
The first place we met was in or around Vallejo. I don't remember the exact area. But we actually shot the project in Oakland. At the time, it was a restaurant that was real popular called Jimmy's, Sweet Jimmy's. We shot some of it there, and we shot some in another area that was more relevant to the kind of scenes that we needed.
Nice.
There seems to always have been a sort of higher awareness, political awareness in the Bay Area. Do you feel that's true? And if so, you have any ideas why?
Well, I think there is a higher awareness, but I think it's political, but it's also social, it's also emotional. I think in the Bay Area, and at least one of the reasons why I came here was because I saw so many people of color and so many diverse people who really wanted to enrich their lives, who want to better themselves. And I found it so appealing to see people who were reading books just for the fun of reading.
Yeah, that's something that's getting rare these days.
Seems to be, but here in the Bay Area, there's a lot of that, and I'm really, really happy that there's such a strong interest in education and bettering oneself and one's community. And so, to me, this is home.
Cool. Well, you've created a number of shorts and films and videos about health-related issues like HIV/AIDS. Why is it so important for you to bring awareness about something that's been around, been with us for a while?
Well, it's important to me to raise the issues because all too often we don't. I think that media is not used in the way that it should be used, in that, folk respond to the messages that are embedded in film. Whether it's a music video, a commercial, an advertisement, or a feature-length film, people respond to those when they can relate to the images, to the places, to the experiences, and to the emotions that are realized through the project. And so for me, it gets down to just doing projects that I feel need to be done because no one else is doing them. We have one out right now called Mystify, which is about rape and incest in the black community. We just aired on KPFA radio again.